All right, ladies and gentlemen, um, today is the end of the week. I'm just going to do a little recap. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties, and my buddy Inde is supposed to be joining me with this stream. However, I wasn't able to get a hold of him, and but we're going to be having him doing a bi-weekly or bi-monthly rather check-in. So just want to recap you guys. Second week. Really the point of this stream is just to make sure I'm staying consistent and make sure that you guys are also getting consistency with the quality that I'm coming out with. I'm just going to give three quick takeaways from this week. I'm going to make it short, wrap it up. Plinth talk, as you guys can see, I'm in my department right now. It's Friday afternoon. It's about to be sunset, so I'm going to get out of here. But 3 things I learned this week and 3 things I feel like I need to get better on. Hopefully you guys can get something from that, okay? So number 1, I'm just going to go off the top of the dome. Establish your why, okay? And I talked about that a little bit when I was doing my Re-Up Wednesdays, which is going to be something I'm doing every Wednesday in order to just kind of give that mid-week motivation. Establish your why. If you don't really know what you're doing, and if you're always basing what you're doing on the way you feel and on yourself and all your goals and your aspirations, and you have no type of accountability or something outside of yourself, it becomes kind of hard to push through certain things, especially when you are feeling kind of selfish, or self-centered. You might be really tired. You might be really, just worn out. And it's easy if you're just living for yourself to think about that and then not to be motivated to do anything else. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you want to eliminate most of your distractions. I'm going to give you a pragmatic tip for that. One of those tips is, hold on. I think my buddy might be here. Oh, Inde. Oh, damn. Okay, Inde's on. Damn. Okay, here. I'm gonna restart the stream, bro. It looks good? All right, here. I'm actually about to add you on. Let me add you on right now. All right, guys. I'm about to add my boy Inde on because he just jumped in. All right. Oh, why are you behind me? Okay. Let's see if we can take you forward. All right, guys. So we're gonna do a little moving around here. All right, here we go. Sweet. All right, Inde's in the stream. Hey. Okay, good. All right, here we are, guys. I'm gonna just put him in the corner. I'm gonna try to get out his way. Good. All right. So we just gonna do this real informal today. I want it to kind of be chill. You guys see that there's no border or nothing around. I'm just trying to make this very very casual. All right, Inde, yeah. So we're just going through a little bit, telling them about the week. I was telling them, 3 things that I've learned from this week. I started off with finding your why. Second one I started off with is limiting your distractions, and that could just be making sure that, I was going to give them a very pragmatic tip like your phone, just putting that in a separate room. That strategy in and of itself could easily save you 100% of time. All right. So that's one thing. And then the last thing I would say that I collected from this week was to follow through. Sometimes it's easy to say that we're going to do this, this, and this. And then when all these things come up and these distractions come up, it's very easy to kind of deviate from the plan. So making sure you follow through, establishing your why, and then also limiting distractions. And a very pragmatic tip, like I said, I promote this app Flora a lot of the times. So guys, check Flora out. But if you don't want to use Flora when you're studying, just put your phone in the next room. If you get a call, you can do Pomodoros, 35 minutes, and then on your call, you can take a break and check it out. All right. So Inde, we're going to let you go.
Yeah, bro. We in week 4?
Well, week 4 for you. This is
got
week 2 for me.
Yeah, bro. We in week 4. We
Uh,
got about We got our test next. We got several tests
Ooh.
next week, pretty
Oh
much in
boy.
every class. So not quick, so we got tests coming up.
Okay.
So that intensity is definitely coming up. Um, yeah, for me, one of the things I realized is that, um, man, momentum, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling that my the days when I like when I've been on point on my morning routine, my days go a lot smoother. I usually get a lot more done, and so really getting into that routine and really getting into that rhythm is starting to come together. At least, especially for the morning routine. Nights are kind of iffy because some nights I have to stay up a little later uh, than I usually want to. But I know, like, as long as I get into bed before like 11:30, I know I'll get up in the morning and make sure I'm very, and now also too, not just doing it during the week, but also during the weekend too, because it's easy to like, oh, I don't have class, or you know what I'm saying, I don't have anything to quote unquote to do, and still like my morning routine is my morning routine, whether in school or outside of school. So that's been a one positive. Definitely on the limiting the distractions. For me, honestly, it's probably like the dating apps. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even gonna cap. Just because it's like sometimes I need to just take my mind off of school for a minute. And for me, like I like to socialize a lot. So um, that sometimes that is a distraction for me that
He coming real
I
with it
gotta.
today.
Yeah, bro. Gotta be 100, bro. 100,
100%.
all the way. And so like that's for me. I know I have to do. So when you said about putting your phone away, so the strategy this week is just try to leave my phone like in the car because I don't study at home. I study like at the school. So strategy for me just leaving the joint at the school, and then also too like I was been getting with a lot of study groups too, so that keeps me on track. And then like when we do take breaks, I have somebody to kind of like talk to. And then also the third for me is my just mindset shift, man. Every day I realize that it's a when you have a certain mindset, like you're trying to go from a really from a worker's mentality into a wealth generating mentality, is really important for me, especially to continue to like make sure I'm still pouring into that side of me too. Because this week I was like, bro, I'm gonna make sure I keep school my priority, but I'm realized like yo, I can't allow school to still like not allow me to pour into other areas of my life, especially like in the personal development area. For me, because I just realized if I'm not or if you're not where you want to be, and even if you are where you want to be, it's like personal development is still essential because you're only going to be a good student or whatever you're doing unless you personally first have to make sure that you own your stuff. So this week, like I was making sure that I was really, tapping in a lot into my personal development, and it goes back to your why. Like why. And I watched that video too. And that was a good little seed, a nugget. For me to dwell on, especially as you're going through, you studying, you like, okay, why exactly am I studying the integumentary system, or why am I actually doing this? Like, how is this going to help me get to where I need to go? And I was listening to, I'm doing Greg Todd's pre PT success. I'm doing his program, so I've been going through that. This week I finished the first part this week, and so over the weekend, I'm going to make sure that I've written out my plan, 5 and 10 year plans, but sometimes you just going back and rewriting that thing and refining it really helps out a lot. And I realized too, like this week, I realized what I've been doing, man, is borrowing from the future to pretty much drive me for where I am right now, and that's really been like a motivating thing for me this week.
No, for sure, bro, for sure. So, yeah, you are in. So you're 2 weeks ahead of us, and we were talking about this a little earlier. How fast it started to pick up. Is it what you expected? A little bit more or a little bit less?
I think it's pretty much what I expected. I came in here with some pretty realistic expectations. I think most of the it is coming like pretty fast. So, but I figured that I think the pace is okay for right now. Um, the main thing is just making sure. The main thing you want to do, and this is for anybody thinking they want a PT school, just started PT school, like organization, bro.
A hundred
Man,
percent.
those
A
five,
hundred
those
percent.
5 points. Out of the first 5 points that Bakari said, the number one is just going through the syllabus, and it's simple, but literally go through your syllabus and just write out what you have to do through that week. Because I promise you, you'll start class on Monday, and then by Wednesday, you like, yo, what do we have to do? And I know because sometimes things get off track, and then teachers just like want to throw in like pop quizzes. So like, I mean, literally I keep my planner like with me all the time, bro. Like I make sure like, all right, what do I have to do? Because you can get caught up. For me, I'm doing gross anatomy, and you can get caught up studying gross for like dang on near 3 hours straight,
Exactly.
and you just forgot about like that's today. I had to do that today. Like I was like, yo, it's a whole class I just completely neglected. So yeah,
Yeah, it's easy to do that, man. That little balancing act that you have to kind of perform that first semester, really figuring it out when you feel like you're drowning. It really just comes down to who's able to stick it through, and then who is able to make those adjustments fast enough. That's the name of the game. And really, that's kind of the name of the game in life. You get thrown into these new situations. You move to a new area. You know, I mean, you're still in Alabama, but you still moved to a new area. I moved to a new area, so that adjustment that you have to make, Michigan, I know that this cold is going to be brutal, man. Once winter comes, even the people who are native of this um, place have literally been telling me how bad it is. People who getting seasonal affective disorder and stuff like that because there's a gray cloud that comes over and there's not a lot of sunlight, and then it's negative 10 degrees below zero, with a windshield, and I'm just like, ah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I was talking to my anatomy professor, and he was like, man, you know I met with him today because, guys, I'm also taking my advice. I made sure I emailed my professors and had a meeting with every single one of them, even the ones who weren't my advisor, and even the ones whose classes I don't really need help with, to be honest. Like, I don't need help. Anatomy's pretty straightforward. You just got to put in the time. So I was talking to him, and he was like, man, I've I've grown up here. I know exactly what you're talking about, and one of the best ways to combat this is exercise. Surprisingly, he said exercise is one of the best ways to combat this because he said, I can tell you from experience, if I'm on it exercising and I don't and I stop it, everything goes downhill. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's good. So to wrap this up real quick, because I know you gotta get going, and we got stuff to do. But just give them three things that you could work a little bit better on. I'll give them three of mine's, and then well, I'll give mine's first, and I'll let you close out. And then we'll kind of go from there, man. I appreciate you coming on, and it's good to hear from you, and good to know that you're doing well. So I would say my three things are: one, that cell phone thing. The reason why I brought it up, because just having the phone in 2 nights, you get a call that was supposed to, in my mind, last 30 minutes, ended up lasting 4 hours. Ah!
Okay, we got to talk about
I
that, my brother.
know. We gonna have to talk about that. Oh, 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then another one is, I was chilling with people because you get isolated sometimes, and you're all in the books. And then last night I was talking to someone, a conversation that was supposed to last maybe an hour. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a little ahead of my study schedule. Ended up lasting another 4 hours. So for me, I'm cool. I get it. I love. I'm still on track with my scheduling in terms of my studying. I got 25 more, 35 more, 36 more minutes this week before I hit my 25 hours for the week. Tracking that with Flora, so I'm still on track. But geez, I'm getting to bed 1 o'clock, waking up at 5:36. So you know what I'm saying. That was something I can work on. Keeping the phone away. And then so disciplining myself a little bit more when it comes to socializing, keeping the phone in another room, 100%. And then also, bro, I got to get back to writing. I mean, I will say this, man. I've been getting stuff done, but I have not been using my planner, man. I literally need to get back to that because, my electricity went out on me in the middle of the week. I come back, there's a notice on my door. I forgot to pay the bill. you know? And I mean, I'm there in the dark, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever, I had to end up paying a bill a little later. So if I had had that written down and organized, though, I probably would have got that done. So those are my top three. What about you?
Yeah, bro, that the cell phone definitely, and not even just like when it comes to like dating and stuff like that, but then like also same thing, like just honestly just having it because you just like can start. I don't know, the phone's just like for me, you just start scrolling, and so yeah, definitely the phone, organized, remaining organized. I'm getting better. Just probably up a notch for sure, and like staying organized and the other thing for me is just taking care of my like my mental health. Definitely always checking in. When I'm not just when I'm studying, but just making sure I'm in a mental like a good mental space. So stand up, definitely stand on top of my workouts for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much the three right there, man. The cell phone, organization, like staying organized, and actually organizing not just my work, but actually organizing my leisure activity. That's something I thought about. I was like, you know what? I need to actually put some time in my schedule to like, just make basic phone calls, check up on everybody. Like you said,
Exactly.
handle everyday life. Cause like sometimes I don't like living in a dirty house. And like, I like this week, like, well, 2 weeks ago, like second week of school, like my house was just like, I'm like, bro, okay, I got to do better than this. You know what I'm saying? So, just definitely scheduling in, um, those times where you have to, as we read in Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, don't forget to resharpen the saw. So have a week, at least one day out of the week where I just resharpen the saw. So that means going back over um, some material that I didn't get to go over throughout the week as far as academics, house stuff, relationships with family, and then even some recreational activities here and there. So making sure that I'm actually structuring, some leisure activities because I got a couple of business plans that I plan to uh, do pretty soon. So I got to make sure I schedule that.
100%, man. 100%. Well, there you guys have it. This is just a weekly check-in that we're doing. Next week, we'll probably talk a little bit more about our different experiences. Like I said, he's like 2 weeks ahead of me. I'm at Andrews University. Inde is at the Alabama State University. So, it'll be interesting to kind of compare. I think we'll do a segment next week. We'll do kind of that segment where we just literally straight out comparing classes, and just comparing the environments and, just giving you guys a little inside scoop on two physical therapy students pretty much in their first year, pretty much just 2 weeks apart. We're almost on track, the same track. So yeah, guys, that is it. I hope you guys have a amazing week. Thank you guys for joining in and tuning in. We hope you guys get some value from this and just have that little sneak peek for those people who are eventually going to get into physical therapy school, aspiring to get into physical therapy school. So without further ado, you guys check back in. We got some good stuff coming for you guys this next week. I should have internet finally, so I'll be able to. Plinth Talk is cool, but I also am going to be probably doing stuff at my apartment because I don't really want to get caught and kicked out. So, all right. Without further ado, you guys have a good weekend. Peace.